What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So guys, we all know that Jada Pinkett has come out and has tried to sandal up Will Smith. And I'm going to have a different video about that later. But I want to really have a conversation about this, which is that Jada Pinkett has made some strong allegations against Chris Rock. Now, again, we know what happened with Chris Rock and Will Smith last April. I don't need to go into that. You guys don't need to go into that. But we all know what happened. Will Smith smacked the hell out of him, sent him back to like 1927. All right. Now, Jada Pinkett is waiting to tell her side of the story, as did Chris Rock. And he waited for a long time. I think he got a Netflix deal. Then he told it and sold it. Now here comes Jada Pinkett basically doing the same thing. Now then, I want to have a position today. What are you talking about, O'Shea? What do you mean when you say this position? Jada is alleging that Chris Rock tried to clap those cheeks. Okay? Word for word. Chris Rock tried to clap those cheeks. She says this: I think every summer all the reports would come out that me and Will were getting a divorce. This is what she told People magazine. In this particular summer, Chris, he thought that we were getting a divorce. So he called me and basically he was like, I'd love to take you out. And she continued. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, aren't you and Will getting divorced? I was like, no, Chris, those are rumors. He was appalled and he profusely apologized. And that was that. So now my question is this. I mean, I know this is entertainment and all this stuff, right? Why would I need, I'm not rich like them, but I'm thinking to myself, why would I need Jada Pinkett's number? I'm just thinking to myself, I know Will Smith, Jada Smith, whatever, right? So if I'm looking at the slap thing, she probably told Will Smith, hey, he's trying to holler at me. If I'm cool with Will Smith, why can't I just ask him, hey man, are you and your wife still together? It would make sense that he would do that instead of, because I have your number. Number one, why do I have your number? I mean, if me and your husband are friends or colleagues, I don't need Jada Pinkett's phone number. But it's entertainment. Will Smith's a punk. So that might be the case, okay? That might be the case. But now, this whole thing is, Will Smith, he wanted to take you out. He wanted to be interested in you. Jada Pinkett is good looking, for sure. But Chris Rock, I've noticed something about him. The chicks he likes are much, number one, younger, and sometimes white. Is she saying this out of a lie? Because she was like, oh, when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, I thought it was a skit. I want to say that this is something that's BS. I don't believe it. Let me tell you a story. I was at this restaurant one time, right? My brother is a pastor. I went to this restaurant and, it's called Mimi's Cafe. Those of you who are very familiar with it, it's great. I went there. Then my brother was taking over a church that this family had run. Okay. So this church was somewhere in, I won't say where it was at, but her grandfather, this particular lady, had fathered the church, had started the church. Grandfather had died. They were looking for a new pastor. My brother became the pastor. So of course my brother saw that the church was dusty and started to make changes. And Negroes don't like changes, especially, the family members who felt like, they should still have everything. So I'm going there. The lady is fine, super fine. She is working for this restaurant. She's also trying out for the cheerleaders for Sacramento Kings. So we're talking. I'm like, where are you from? She was like, well, this city. I'm like, really? I'm like, what church do you go to? She's like, this church. I'm like, oh, my brother's the pastor of that church. She was like, really? I'm like, yeah, that's my brother. Because she was living in Sacramento. So anyways, there was a business meeting called. My brother and the family, they got into it. So I got a call. Brother calls me and said, hey man, do you know this young lady at Mimi's Cafe? I said, yeah, I know her. I met her once or twice. He said, well, this lady was like, well, your brother was trying to holler at me at the restaurant yesterday. I was like, what? I was like, man, look, she is fine for sure. But when she said that she was a member of your church, that made me not want to talk to her. Because I didn't want to embarrass you, because you know me, I would have been sending some text messages thirsty back then. So I didn't want to embarrass you. So I didn't even ask for her phone number. I just left. I didn't want nothing to do with her. He was like, I believe you. I said, yeah, because I would have told you. Ain't no reason to lie about. So what happened was she tried to lie and say that this thing happened and it didn't, trying to make herself look good. I believe it's the same thing that Jada Pinkett is doing. Jada Pinkett just wants some level of attention. Why? I'm gonna tell you, because she's not really that good at what she does. Jada Pinkett ain't been good in a goddamn movie for over 20 years. She had the pink table, whatever, the red table talk show, that flopped on Facebook. It left. She never got another talk show. So anything that can put some attention on her for doing really what I feel is just being Will Smith's wife, doing nothing. If Jada Pinkett wasn't with Will Smith, nobody would care about her. It's almost like Tasha K, who, if Tasha K don't get on the podcast and talk about the Cardi B situation, nobody would watch it. Shout out to academics, okay? Nobody would watch it. Nobody would care. And this is the same thing with her. She always has to use Will Smith or somebody else to get attention on her because she's a no talent. And then she keeps embarrassing this man. Then she's trying to embarrass Chris Rock. The fact is, Jada Pinkett, you keep making yourself look bad. Everybody knows this. And I can't say all women will do this, but if you know, if Chris Rock tried to holler at you back then when it was hot, why didn't you come out with it earlier? Why are you saying this now? Because nobody's talking about you on the red table talk. Nobody's mentioning you at all. Nobody gives a damn about Jada Pinkett. I'm sorry. Nobody cares about Jada Pinkett. Nobody worries about you. Nobody thinks about you. And furthermore, don't nobody care about you. I know you want somebody to care about your ass, but you got to always go around because you don't produce anything. You see? And you're just going to keep embarrassing yourself. Thank you, because I need some money. And it is the holiday season. I will gladly keep making these videos if y'all want me to. It doesn't matter. I will take it. I will take it and eat it up. If y'all want me to keep talking about Jada Pinkett, I will gladly do that. It does not, listen, I will do it all day and night. Because, and this is one thing that you better understand. What is the point, okay, of you guys? Listen to what I'm saying, family. What is the point of y'all working hard all your life to be dealing with somebody this goddamn crazy and silly? What's the whole point? What's the point? What is the point? Okay? You're gonna work this hard to do this? What's the point? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Drunk. Pretty sure you deserve the bell. We're out.